Yo, what's going on, guys? And Shams Sharani is reporting that Jae Crowder's back in the NBA. Yes, sir. On the Sacramento Kings, they're 8-10. So let's get right into today's video. Before we start, I want to hear your thoughts down below in the comment section. What do you guys think of Jae Crowder? My hair looks really weird. Joining the Sacramento Kings, how do you guys think he's going to fit in the rotation and why? But let's get right into today's video. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comment sections down below. And if you guys haven't been following, this is an interesting year for the Kings. Obviously, De'Aaron Fox is going crazy in terms of his production, and he's a guy who looks like he's on a mission. This is a Kings team that currently, injury-wise, if you guys haven't been keeping out, DeRozan's out against the Timberwolves due to a back injury. Trey Lyle is out for the next 3 to 4 weeks due to a calf strain, and we know Isaiah Crawford and Mason Jones, who are two guys on two ways, are also currently dealing with injuries. So as we look at this current team, I really do think that looking at how the Sacramento Kings have added Jae Crowder, I think this is them looking at some immediate needs and also addressing something that's going to help them go, I guess, get better by bringing in veteran experience with Jae Crowder to help stabilize the roster, give them multiple positional needs now being addressed by bringing in Jae Crowder. Yes, this is a guy who has career averages of 9 points, 4 rebounds, and has the reputation of being a decent, perimeter defender who has some toughness. And last year with the Bucks, through 50 games, 23 minutes a night, he did put up 6 points, 3 rebounds a game. And he has played in finals for the Miami Heat and the Phoenix Suns. So granted, he hasn't won one, but he's been able to show that he can be a guy who is a part of championship teams with championship aspirations, and doesn't have to be a big part of it. He's 6'6" with a 6'9" wingspan. Yeah, he's 34 years old, and this past season with the Bucks, he had joined after being with them the year before, but he was a guy who shot 34% last year from three, which was down for his career high. Either way, I think he still can be a decent floor spacer, as he did shoot a modest, about what I say, 34% from three. So he's had better, has had better seasons, but he's going to bring some spacing, especially with Sabonis playing in the paint. He's going to be able to play off of DeMar. He's going to be able to play off Keegan Murray, and his physicality and versatility is going to allow this team that is currently ranked 18th in opponent points per game with 113.8 to help them out, as well as being a free throw percentage team that is shooting 32.8% from the free throw line, which is third worst in the NBA, and they are the fourth worst. My apology, they are the fifth worst opponent three-point percentage with 38%. So those are areas that Jae Crowder is going to help, especially with Trey Lyles being absent due to that calf strain. He's going to bring some depth behind Keegan Murray and DeMar DeRozan, and this is going to be a guy who's going to seamlessly fit into this Kings offense, as it's led currently with De'Aaron Fox averaging about 28 points. Then you got the double-double machine himself with Sabonis averaging 20 and 13. And with Mike Brown, who emphasizes a high-paced swing offense with a lot of efficient ball movement that leverages Fox speed in transition and DeMar DeRozan's and Sabonis's playmaking, especially in the half court, it'll allow Jae Crowder to thrive in the structured team first system that's probably going to have him sit in the corner a lot. And with Mike Brown having been a defensive coordinator for the Golden State Warriors, his acumen is going to allow Jae Crowder to play into his gritty style of play and embrace this cultural defensive need that they need, as well as allow to relieve some of this pressure that Keegan Murray's had, as he's been shouldering excessive defensive responsibilities. And we know Malik Monk and Kevin Huerter aren't the best defenders, but he's going to also help them out with some of those defensive rotations while also, being an okay three-point shooter. So this is a team that's currently ranked 21st in net rating with a plus 0.3. So I think bringing in a guy like that, going to address that three-point shooting that they need. Plus, having playmakers like Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox both averaging 6 assists a game, and then also DeMar DeRozan being a decent playmaker, going to help them out. Plus, they're ranked 14th in steals per game with 8 per game. That's going to help them be able to have a guy who's going to be able to guard multiple positions, small forwards, power forwards, and maybe even some swing man and swing bigs, while also giving another rebounder at the forward position, who Keegan Murray's averaging 8 rebounds a night, but he doesn't really have that much help. Both of them are more perimeter-oriented guys with DeMar and Keegan there, so having Jae, who can play more of a forward position, as this team is middle of the pack in terms of team rebounds, with 13th being their ranking, about 43 rebounds a game, and Crowder being about a 4 rebounds per game guy, he's going to be able to help him. And I know some people are going to be like, well, this is a guy who only had 3 rebounds last year. If you looked at what he did last year for the Bucks, it wasn't great. But either way, I think, you know, for a guy who's been to the NBA Finals in 2020 and 2021, he's going to help a Mike Brown-led team have a better defensive effort, have a guy who's going to help build this collective defensive identity through effort and versatility, providing that physical intensity that they need on the defensive end, being able to switch and cover multiple positions. He's been known as a strong, worker, good leader, and they're currently 4th in field goal attempts per game with 87, 11th, 87 attempts per game, and 11th in points per game with 114. So Crowder's ability on offense to stretch the floor as a catch and shoot guy who doesn't really need the ball is going to help them out, as well as a guy who can set screens, play off ball, set, flare screens to open up driving lanes for De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk, or even set up, 3-point shots for guys like Keegan Murray and Kevin Huerter. And he can easily, like I said, guard positions 2 through 4 effectively, which will allow Mike Brown to experiment some small ball lineups that might be better than what they were doing with Trey Lyles, as his strength and toughness allows him to guard bigger forwards and, be a guy who doesn't get dominated in post defense. We've said it through the video. The championship experience is, yes, he hasn't won it, but being on those rosters help. And his ability to address the Kings' struggle with defensive rebounding, perimeter defense, and the need for some corner consistent 3-point shooting is huge. Now, obviously, the glaring weaknesses are that at 34, Jae Crowder's a step or two slower than in his prime. His 42% field goal percentage and 34% 3-point shot last year is suboptimal. And, his shot selection is going to have to be something that's going to have to be prioritized, as it'll be interesting. I think he's not going to be a guy who's going to be a starter, but I do think he can step into Trey Lyles' spot while he recovers, share the forward duties with Keegan Murray, and his defense and spacing could really help this unit as a guy who helps stabilize the bench with Kevin Huerter and Malik Monk there, who Kevin Huerter's perimeter 3-point shot at 28% this year is continuing to be a struggle, and he's a guy who can play in the fourth quarter. So I think that's the biggest thing, and I want to hear your guys' opinion. What do you guys think about this? And do you guys agree with me that Jae Crowder is a good signing and one that I like for the Sacramento Kings? And it goes to show Monte McNair's doing a good job with this team. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. Let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. That's basically all I had to say. I'm done. I'm gonna head out. And yeah, Sacramento Kings sign Jae Crowder. So if you made it to the end of the video, hit the like and subscribe button. I'm done. Goodbye, everybody. Cheers. Peace out. Au revoir. We made it to the Munich marker, everybody.